Right guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can probably tell, I'm sat in my car, well I'm actually driving, and I'm on the way to the test centre once again. This time I'm going for the case studies. I don't know if you watched the last video, but I explained on the last video that whilst I was booking my theory test and hazard awareness, by the time I booked those and then come on to the case studies to book that, the next available slot was almost 3 weeks away, which is, you know, was ridiculous. It was like the whole world had just gone mad all of a sudden and just pre-booked like test after test after test. So anyway, this is the last part of the, well, almost the last part of the theory side of things. The rest of it, if I get through this today, is just practical, as in like the show me, tell me, that type of stuff. You're in the wrong lane there, pal. You know, show me, tell me questions, the mod 4, you know, loading, unloading, trailer, uncoupling, that type of stuff. The actual driving lessons themselves. Yeah, everything else is just practical, which I'm really looking forward to. I think it's more exciting than anything else. I think it's more exciting than anything else, the practical side of things. So yeah, can't wait for that part. But it's all if I pass this part today. Well, I've got plenty of time. Holy shit. Alright, my clock hasn't stopped. Oh, panic. The clocks went back. And yeah, they didn't go back in my car, so I absolutely panicked, and I thought, oh my god, you know, it's you know, it's like 1 o'clock and I need to be there at 1. It's not, it's actually 12 o'clock. I need to sort that out. Mental note. So anyways, yeah, this part that I'm doing now, the case studies, this is the scariest part for me by far. This is where your knowledge is proven, you know. It is basically proven. It's if you can put that knowledge, what you've learned, into practice whilst you're out there in a working environment. So yeah, this is the scary bit for me, because it's all right, you know, it's all right rehearsing for an exam where you get a set amount of questions and there's only a few set possible answers. But the way I see it is, yeah, you letting on to me, I didn't even let you in, and you idiots. So I'm not even a professional driver yet, and these idiots on the road. But I'm not going to get stressed about it. But anyways, what I was saying there was, yeah, this is the scary part for me. There isn't really that much material out there that tells you the kinds of things that you're going to be, you know, the kinds of questions that you're actually going to be asked. There is no definite, yo, these are the questions. There's no definitive book you can get which says these are the questions that you're going to get on the day. It basically, all the material is to give you an examples of what sort of questions they're going to ask you. Now for this particular one, I'm using the CPC case studies app that I found on the Play Store. I've read the, you know, I've read a book as well, or pretty much read a book. I'm dyslexic, so to read a full book is, and retain the information is a little bit crazy, you know what I mean? It's a little bit hard for me, because the slightest noise and I am completely distracted, and all the information that I retained is gone. It's one of the things of being dyslexic. But for the practical side of things, you know, you show me once and I've got it down, you know, I've got it perfected. Show me once. So yeah, anyways, yeah, I've used the app predominantly throughout the whole of my my learning period, because the app you know, reads the questions out to you, reads the answers out to you, and you select it from there, which is what I'll do when I'm on the actual exam. You know, I'll go through the same scenario. I'll let you know when I get back from the exam whether or not they're similar or they're the same, or whether I struggled, whether I didn't struggle, whether I passed, whether I didn't pass. Either way, I'll come back and I'll let you know. But yeah, I've got a few minutes before I need to set off. Yeah, this one's got me nervous. This one's definitely got me nervous. The truck driving side of things, you know, I can already drive. I can drive a car. So it's just the case of the distances, the stopping distances, the weight, the width, the length, the height that I've got to get my head around when I'm driving it, which shouldn't take too long to master, to be fair. Obviously there's going to be a lot more forward planning involved because of your stopping distances and, you know, your length of your vehicle. You can't just, like in a car, jib into a, you know, if you've took the wrong lane, you can't just jib straight across. You know, you're going to end up holding traffic up. So the truck side of things, you know, I've driven a few bigger vehicles in the past. I used to work on the roads when I was living in Liverpool many years ago, and I drove, you know, track air, which is basically like a tractor on the roads. Tippers, I drove a tipper. It was off the road, the tipper, but I still drove it. You know what I mean? I didn't need a license for that at the time because it was off road. So on private land, I drove one of those. Not a lot, you know. Don't get me wrong. I'm not an expert in it. I'm nothing like that. You know, just drove it from one side to the other, just so I kind of get to grips with the actual size of things. And it was mostly, you know, the track air was mostly to go and load up and then bring the, you know, the curbs, the flags or whatever, the cement, the concrete, the stone, bring it over to where we was working. So yeah, I'm not so much worried about the actual driving side of things. This is the theory for me is the scary bit. Yeah, but don't get me wrong, you know, it's still going to be, you know, my nerves are still going to be shot, and I'm still be a bit a bit worried about jumping in the truck for the first time because I got someone that sat next to me. That's, you know, when I was working on the roads, there was no one sat next to me. There was just threw me the key and said, yeah, I'll go and bring that down here. And that was all it was to it. And I thought, you know, jumped in myself. But when there's someone sat next to you that knows what they're doing in there and can pull you on the slightest little thing, then yeah, it's going to be nerve-wracking. But yeah, anyways, it's time for me to get a jog on. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit. See how it goes. Hopefully I'll be sat here talking to you in not so long with another pass. Anyway, catch us in a bit. Right guys, welcome back. Yeah, I've just got back from the CPC, the Mod 2. Yeah, it was not as difficult as the app. I'd say that the app that I was using to do the Mod 2 was far more difficult. And I mean, if you can use the app and you can actually pass 3 or 4 times, or, you know, I was passing every single time, then I don't think you're gonna have an issue doing the test. So the app to me was spot on, helped me out loads. There was one question that threw me off, and I can't actually remember what it was, but neither of the answers seemed like the course of action to take. I knew what the course of action was, don't get me wrong, I knew what the course of action was, but I can't remember what the question was. But none of them seemed like, you know, yeah, you should do this. Do you know what I mean? None of them, they all seem like, hold on a minute, there's other things to be done before that. But anyways, give it a quick show. I don't know if you can see that there, but I passed. Basically, yeah, 47 out of 50. I got one carriage of goods question wrong. I can't remember what that, you know, it doesn't give you a what it was. I've got one social environment of road transport. Social environment, I don't know, maybe I clicked something, or I definitely clicked something wrong. And economic environment of road haulage and organisation of the market. Well, no idea what any of them is. You know, there wasn't really any questions I was particularly worried about, but I knew that as I was going through it, I knew that I'd got the pass. Yeah, it was, you know, it was in my head. I've got this boxed off because the questions seemed a lot easier than the actual app. Yeah, they got 3 questions wrong. It doesn't matter. A pass is a pass. As far as I'm concerned now, the really hard bits, the bits that I was afraid of the most, pretty much done now. The practical side of things, yeah, I'm going to be very excited to get onto the practical, which is starting this month. I'll be excited. I might be a little bit nervous on my first lesson, but I'm more excited than anything else. Whereas this, I was absolutely bricking it. You know, I'm not going to lie. I was very worried. I was very, you know, I lost quite a lot of sleep over it, and I was thinking, oh, you know, this is difficult. It's too difficult. You know, how am I going to get through this? But anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and smashed it. Next bit over. Yeah, if anybody wants to know what the app was, have a look at the previous video. I put a screenshot on there, and like I said, those 2 apps that I used helped me out massively. And coming from someone that's dyslexic, they helped me out massively. You know, if you go on them and you want any tips or tricks on how to use them, because I do have a system of doing things. If you want any tips and tricks and of you know, learning it all, especially the not the case studies one, because you can only do certain things on the case studies one, but the other one for actual learning the theories, just you know, if you need any info on it, just send me a message. If you got any info on, you know, if you need any info on anything so far, you know, send me a message. It's no problem. I'll try and sit there and answer you to the best of my knowledge. Yeah, and anyway, hope to see you in the next video. Smashed it. Peace. Take it easy. Hope to catch you in the next one, yeah.